Will Icarus be back in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes? In several of our videos, we've talked about time travel and how Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes could revisit several elements of the original films. But time travel would not be possible without the Icarus, the mythical spaceship from the Planet of the Apes universe. But who created this ship? And how is it possible that it can travel in time? And above all, will it be in the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie? In this video, we will be talking in depth about the Icarus spaceship. And for more videos of the Planet of the Apes universe, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. If anything defines the Planet of the Apes universe, it's the fall of humanity and time travel. Although the latter has been left aside on the last trilogy. However, everything points to the fact that very soon, we will have the return of these elements in the story. To understand how Icarus will travel in time in Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, we must start at the beginning. Even before this ship was called Icarus, and its origin was as mysterious as this universe. Liberty 1 is a spaceship created by the American National Space Administration, or ANSA for short, which is a division of NASA, to keep politics out of the space program. Although it was most likely created to test time travel, this was never publicly accepted. On January 14, 1972, it was launched into space, but scientists at the time did not call it Liberty 1. This spaceship was known by its pseudonym Icarus. Icarus is a character from Greek mythology. He and his father Daedalus were trapped on an island. Daedalus was a very skilled inventor. He built 2 pairs of wings out of feathers and wax so that they could both fly away. Before flying, Daedalus warned Icarus not to fly too low, because the humidity of the sea could damage the wings, nor too high, because the heat of the sun could melt the wax. But Icarus, excited by the experience of flying, paid no heed and soared too high. Near the sun, the wax on his wings melted, and he fell into the sea, where he drowned. The story of Icarus is often seen as a lesson in arrogance and overconfidence. But what does this have to do with Liberty 1? The reason is mainly symbolic. In mythology, Icarus defied boundaries and paid the price for his hubris. Similarly, the Icarus spaceship in Planet of the Apes represents the human ambition to explore beyond known limits, leading to unexpected consequences such as time travel and landing on a planet full of apes. But it is no coincidence that the Icarus had this technology, as the man in charge of the project had already theorized that the Icarus could travel in time and possibly created it initially with this intention. Now let's talk about Dr. Otto Hölderlin, one of the creators of this ship. He was a scientist working on the space program and conducted several experiments to confirm his time travel hypotheses. He is a key figure in the Planet of the Apes saga, especially in Escape from the Planet of the Apes, where he appears to become the antagonist. But some might consider him a hero for trying to prevent the downfall of humanity. His work centers on time travel conceptualized through the Hölderlin time curve, a form of time dilation which allows astronauts to travel to distant worlds. It was Taylor, Dodge, Landon, Stewart, Maddox, and Brent who reached the ape world through this time curve. Hölderlin, working at ANSA, organized several missions including Liberty 1 to test his theory of time travel. Later, he supervised the Church Door project, related to a missile capable of destroying planets. A project we will talk about later. Now, perhaps one of the most interesting elements of the construction of the Icarus is that it is believed part of its engine was the result of reverse engineering in a classified project. Or at least, this is what different sources close to the story claim. Possibly, humans in the past found another ship that traveled in time and created the Icarus from these discoveries, thus being a time loop where the Icarus is born thanks to other ships that were created from the Icarus and that possibly traveled to the past. But there is not much information on this in the movies. After the release of the Caesar trilogy, many fans of the Planet of the Apes universe expected to see the Icarus, or at least some reference to this ship, since if it is so important, it was supposed to be included as well. However, other people claimed that we would never see the Icarus, since this new trilogy would have no time travel. However, everything changed after the release of Rise of the Planet of the Apes in 2011, which incorporated Icarus into the mythology of this new trilogy, showing television images of a ship called Icarus taking off with its crew on board. Although no crew names are mentioned on screen, the script links Icarus to the Liberty One, led by Commander Colonel George Taylor. Director Rupert Wyatt confirmed this connection. It is later mentioned that this spaceship disappeared, and nothing more was known about it. Some people think it was just a cameo or an homage to the previous movies, but it is no coincidence that we see Icarus being mentioned in the trilogy and that the new Planet of the Apes movie is so similar to the originals. In previous videos, we talked about the theory that May is an astronaut from Icarus and that she was kidnapped by Proximus Caesar to take her back to Icarus, as it is a technology that could help Proximus to conquer the planet in its entirety. If May does not turn out to be an astronaut, it is very likely that at the end of this movie, we will see the return of Icarus to planet Earth, and it will be the beginning of a new trilogy of astronauts in a world full of apes. If the Icarus returns to a world where apes are the dominant species, how would the astronauts react to discover that the Earth they knew has changed drastically? Could the astronauts be the bearers of knowledge or a cure that alters the course of the war between apes and humans? The Icarus could play a key role in the outcome of the fight against Proximus Caesar. Only time will tell how this ship will influence the development of the plot. What is more intriguing is the possibility that the Icarus could serve as a link between the old and new films, suggesting that it can travel not only in time, but also between different realities, creating new timelines. This makes it an element of great power within the Planet of the Apes universe, perhaps the most powerful technology of all. But if you want to know more theories on how the Icarus could return, you can watch our previous videos on the subject. But tell me, what do you think about all this? Do you think the Icarus will return? And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.